Hi, Ferganized here. Today I'm going to do a Logic tutorial. This also works for GarageBand for the most part. Today we're going to learn how to loop a backing track. What I like to do a lot of times when I'm using a backing track with a band is I like to loop the end section to allow for solos and ad-libs to make the song more interesting and more unique. Especially people are digging it and people are dancing and enjoying the song. This is a good way to extend the song instead of having to follow the exact patterns and having to end the song when the track is over. Okay, so the song I'm going to use as a demonstration is the song Use Me by Bill Withers. The tempo is 78 beats per minute. I know that already because I downloaded this from karaoke version, and karaoke version says it's at 78 BPM. Otherwise, you could find this out by using a click on your phone or something like that. So what I'm doing here is I'm lining up the measures manually with the track. This just helps me when it comes time to edit. Anytime the snare, or in this case a rim shot, hits on the beat, it really gives a good strong indication on where the beat lands. Now in Logic, you can use what's called, in Logic, to get the beats per minute, you can do this. There we go, 78 beats per minute. Also in Logic, you can use the flex buttons to the show flex button, and what this will do is it'll analyze your tracks and analyze when each beat is and put lines on your track. That makes it much easier to line up. And in this case, I like to use, again, the snare, and in this case, the rim shot to line up the beat. This track doesn't line up exactly. So what I'm going to actually do is line it up later in the song where I'm going to need it to make the loop. So let's find out, let's figure out where we want to loop the song. Right about here. So this is approximately where we want to loop the song. So now I'm going to line up the beat. If I didn't have the flex enabled, I would just use the sound waves as a guide. So let's take a look at that end. It's not exactly lining up. We want to get right there in the front. The flex enabled really helps with this. Otherwise, as I said, use the sound waves as a guide and your ears. I like to listen to it, close my eyes and listen to it, and make sure it sounds right. Then when you're ready to end, you just turn off the loop. By the way, you could turn on the loop by either pressing C. C will turn on and off the loop. It's a toggle. Since you're performing and trying to run this at the same time, just use C as your toggle switch. C will turn it on and C will turn it off. So what I do, I typically have a 2-measure introduction to the song, just a beat. So I start that introduction, then I hit my C toggle key to turn on the loop. Then once we get to the end, the loop will automatically run. Until you hit the C again when you want to end. I hope that was helpful. Using Logic and GarageBand's loop feature,